Good morning, everyone. Once again, this is Blackforex coming in with another pre-market analysis video. This morning, we're going to be looking at the Euro USD. But before we get to break it down this Forex pair, we have to state that this video is only for educational purposes only. This is not for financial advice. But with that being said, we all know why you guys are here. You want to be able to find good Forex content to improve your ability as a trader. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started breaking down this Forex pair. Now, at Black Forex, we like to talk about the fundamentals, what's going on with the currencies, before we actually just talk about what's going on the charts, okay? Now, the euro has been one of our weaker currencies heading into these last trading weeks due to several reasons. First of all the nations that make up the EU are having inflation in every one of its respective countries, okay? So that has a weakening effect on the European euro, okay? Secondly, it's also being affected by the sanctions that's been put on Russia, due that that naturally being that the closeness of Russia and the rest of the European countries, they were natural trading partners. So the sanctions they put on Russia to punish them for this Ukrainian conflict is also starting to have effect on the euro currency as well. And thirdly, due to the Russian-Ukrainian conflict, it has had a crippling effect on the entire European continent's economy. So with those three things that's happening, the euro has been pretty weak, as you can clearly see by just how aggressive this dip has been. Now, as we stated in previous videos, the USD is one of our weaker currencies due to the inflation being suffered by the American economy. Okay, but we have to watch the USD to make sure that if we do have a shift from the European conflict turning into a global conflict, the USD has acted as a safe haven, as a non-traditional safe haven currency, which means that it has gained inherited strength. So we have to kind of watch out for that and watch the geopolitics while we're also going about our trading day. So now that we got the fundamentals out the way, let's go ahead and break down the Forex pair, okay? So price has been dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping, and now we're having some retracement up, okay? Yeah, price has been dropping very aggressively. We haven't even been able to establish some true low highs. It's just been dropping, dropping, dropping. So as I stated in the previous video earlier this week, that we were going to get to around this area here before we started to have some retracement down. Okay, because remember, like I said, if you want to keep selling, you gotta have some buyers come in. All right, so we done had some retracement to about this area here, so I can foresee it may go a little higher to probably like right about here, but we will can probably continue to stall out, and then price will continue to drop. That is the more likely scenario. Now we do need to do some consolidation here before we drop. It's not going to be a significant drop because this is what you call a correction area. So you have a lot of people, especially a lot of retail trailers, simultaneously testing buy, 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 because everybody in Forex is always big about catching price turnover very at the beginning. To them, it's like catching lightning in the bottle. But if the fundamentals don't support that, this is not price turnover as much as it's just retracement, but it's very aggressive because it's in a corrective area. What I mean by a corrective area is that, go to the day chart, see? Last time price was in this area, started to come up very aggressively. So everybody has that psychological memory of that when it was in this area, started to come up very aggressively. But one thing you have to take into consideration is what is the fundamentals? Okay, the fundamentals in this area here was a lot different than what it is today. All right, so with that being said, we may continue to have a slight push up, but eventually we're going to be going down. Okay, so if you did catch this at a buy right here, you made some pretty good money. But if you're trying to get into buys right here, you're into a very dangerous area. Price will eventually turn over and continue to go down because from a fundamental standpoint, they look like there's not going to be any resolution in Europe for some time. So, and they're also increasing the sanctions on Russia, which is having a rippling effect on the European continent's economy. So with that being said, Hope that information was helpful for you guys. Happy trading.